Hey guys, it's Kimberly. Welcome back to my channel. So before we get started, I do want to point out that yes, my hair is different, but no, it is not finished. Don't worry, I will not be leaving all this faded mess back here the way it is. And also, as you can tell, the background is definitely different than what my normal background is. For a date night, we went to a fancy hotel, so that's just what's going on behind me. But we're just going to go ahead and do a tutorial on this date night glam. I'm going to start with my eyes first, mostly because I don't really know what I'm doing. And I'm going to go in with the Too Faced Shadow Insurance 24-Hour Eye Primer, and I'm going to set it with the Naked Skin Pressed Powder. So I like to put a little bit on my hand, and it just kind of melts so it's a little bit easier to spread out. And yeah, I'll just spread it all over my eyelid, and then I'm going to use a little makeup sponge. And I'm using it dry. I know some people like it to be wet, but I'm just going to use it dry and take it right into that powder and then spread that all over to prevent it from creasing. Next, I'm going to do my brows. So I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in the color Auburn. But first, I'm going to brush my little brow hairs into place. And then I'll take that dip brow and just kind of outline and slightly fill in, so that I get the shape that I want them to be in. And then because I forgot to take Q-tips with me, I am using my fingers to clean up. And then again with the spoolie just to blend that out so it doesn't look cakey or anything. Then like always, I'll use my NYX eyebrow powder. I feel like this gives it a much naturaler, more natural finish to the way the brows look, and it makes them, I don't know, I just like the way that it makes them look. So, yep, I'll be cleaning up there again. And then I'll go in with the spoolie and blend it out again, and then clean up some more. And then I'll be using the Studio 10 eyebrow pencil thing. I just use the lighter side, and it just helps to clean up the edges, and you know, just what most people use concealer for, and I just use this little pencil for. And I'm using my finger to blend that out. So to finish up my brows, I'm going to use the Brow Gal, which is just a really awesome clear brow gel. And I'm just going to brush that in and brush them into place and keep it blended out. So now I'm done with my brows. They look a little uneven now that I'm watching the clip back, but oh well. I'm using the Modern Renaissance palette again. I felt like because of the variety of the colors, it was a great palette to take. I'm starting off with Tempera, whatever, and a big eyeshadow brush to lay down a base on my eyelid. And then I'll go into, what is this color? Burnt Orange. That's actually my favorite color in the entire palette. It's a perfect crease color, so I'm just going to blend that in the crease, and then the lighting keeps getting all weird, so yeah, we'll just have to deal with that. Next, I'm going to mix Cyprus Umber and Realgar, or however you pronounce that. And then I'll be putting that into the outer V, just to deepen it and bring it a little farther into the crease. I felt like I had gotten a little bit too much of that Cyprus Umber, so I went and just got the Realgar and put that into my crease and just kind of buffed it into the color. Next, I'll be going in with the red, I don't know if it's ochre or ochre. I can't pronounce any of the words, any of the names in this palette. But I'm just putting that into my crease and blending that through as well, and buffing it out and everything, making a huge mess all over my lid. So then, next I'll be going into the Venetian Red and the Antique Bronze. I like the shimmer that's in the Antique Bronze, but I liked the red of the Venetian Red, so I just mixed the two and then put them right on top of all those colors again. And here I am just blending out the edges so that there's not that super harsh line. And then I'll be going in to Warm Taupe. Yeah, that's the color. I'll be going into Warm Taupe and just trying to lighten up the rest of the lid. I only wanted to have that dark on the outer V, and I just kind of made a big mess, so I'm just lightening up the inner lid. And then I'm going to use Primavera, which is, it doesn't show up very well on the camera, but it's a very shimmery, like almost a highlight color. So I just wanted to put that on there, but it wasn't coming out very pigmented at all. So I was just packing and packing and packing that color on. And then I decided to use the Vermeer instead because it looked like it might show up a little bit better. So yeah, I just took that and put it on there and then used a blending brush, just a clean one, to blend that out and blend it into the rest of it. Now using Venetian Red, I'm just bringing that warmth back in because I just felt like I had covered it up. This is what happens when I don't know what I'm doing. I just pack on color until it gets to where I want. And then I'm just blending again to make sure there's still no harsh lines. Using the, I think it was Cyprus Umber and Venetian Red again, I'm just bringing that into my lower lash line. And then on the inner third, I'm just going in with that Vermeer, the highlighter color, just to highlight the inner corner. Here I'm just dusting away all the fallout because I had made a huge mess. And yeah, that's all I was doing. So now I'm going to go onto my face using the Too Faced Primed and Poreless Pure. This is the oil-free primer. I really like this formula. Yeah, it just works great. And I'm just putting this all over my face. And then I'm going to use the Too Faced Born This Way foundation mixed with the Naked Skin. Mostly the Naked Skin is just to bring the color more towards my darker shade because, you know, summer, sun, I got a little too dark. I did just do the review on the Too Faced, and it wasn't a great review, but when I'm not wearing glasses and I'm only going to wear it for like an hour, it's actually great. So I'm just patting this on using a flat foundation brush, and I'm just going to spread it everywhere, and then I will be using a damp beauty sponge to help blend out. So there's the damp beauty sponge. I'm just going to help blend this to make sure there's no excess foundation on my face, and also to make sure there's no weird textures because sometimes my brush leaves behind like streaks and stuff, and I don't want it to look patchy or anything. So now I'm going to move on to concealer using the Veil Complexion Fix. It's very orangey, so it works more like a color corrector. And then using the same sponge, I'm just blending that out, trying to cover up my dark circles. Then I'll go into the NYX Color Corrector little palette thing, and I'm using the peachy color and the pink color. And I like to just blend those out together and mix them together, and it just helps a little bit. Now I'll be using the Maybelline New York Fit Me Concealer in 10 Light. And yeah, this just goes under my eyes, all over in big little angel wings. Then the Maybelline New York Coverstick, and this is in light beige. And I use this kind of to highlight across my face. So nose, forehead, jawline, chin, and Cupid's bow. I'll get a little bit of that. And again, just the damp beauty sponge to blend it out. And then I switched to a micro mini sponge just because it's a little bit easier to get right under my eye without messing up all the eyeshadow and kind of cleaning up that mess in the corners. So now I'm using Tarte the Sculptor in shade 2 to kind of start contouring my nose and bring out my cheekbones, and then along the outer edges of my face and my jawline and chin. It might look a little weird, but it just, the little corners in my jaw, but it just helps give my jaw a little bit more shape. And, you know, that's a personal preference. Not everybody likes to do that. I am using the Micro Mini to blend out around my nose. But now we're going to go in and set my under eye concealer using the e.l.f. translucent powder. And then I'm going to bake also using that same powder. Now going back into the Naked powder and using a duo fiber brush, mostly because I forgot my kabuki brush. I'm just setting all the rest of my foundation in with that. And I just tapped it on and then started blending it out. And that's just how I like to set my foundation. So using a small contour brush and the Anastasia contour kit, I'm just going to mix the bottom two and then bring that in along my jawline and the forehead area, jawline, basically everywhere we used the Tarte Sculptor, and I'll be placing color and then also blending it out. Using this brush that I think is actually made for eyeliner, it's what I like to use to place contour along my nose, and then I'll blend it out using just a basic blending eyeshadow brush. I know Luxie has some brushes that are actually made for this, but I don't have them, so that's just what I do. Now I'm going to use the Becca and Jaclyn Hill palette for the blush. I forgot what the color is called, but the blush in the palette, and I ended up putting a little too much, but I'm trying. I'm going to struggle for a minute to blend it out, and I'll pick up another brush to blend it out and everything. But I just love that rosy color. Then I'm going into Rose Spritz, which is like the blush that has some glitter. And then I'll go in to Prosecco Pop for the actual highlighter. And I'm putting it on the apples of my cheek along with all the way straight up my cheekbone. And I like to go just a little bit up right onto, like almost up to my temples. I put just a tiny bit on my nose and then put some on my cupid's bow. Using the Girlactik Beauty felt tip eyeliner marker thing, I'm just going to go and do a really thick, not thick, thin eyeliner. Not too thin, but thin. Thinner than normal. And then I think I did a wing. Wait, let's see. Yeah, I do a wing there. So I'll struggle for a minute, but it comes out okay. Yeah, maybe I should do a tutorial on wing liner. So now I'm using the Marc Jacobs, I think this is just the gel liner. I got it for my birthday gift from Sephora. I'm going to put that into my waterline and my tight line, and then using the Benefit Roller Lash, I'm going to use that on my lashes. I'm letting you know, but you won't get to see that clip because my camera was dying and, I had to get it done before the camera died, so. I'm also going to use the Sonia Kashuk lashes and the Duo Eyelash Adhesive. So now I'm going to go in with the Too Faced Melted Matte lipstick, liquid lipstick, and this is the red, which is Lady Balls. I love the color. And then use the Bodyography Pro Ready Set Go setting spray. So this is the finished product. I thought it was very pretty and just very date night and glammy. So yeah, if you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you are not already subscribed, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. And don't forget, you guys can always follow me on Twitter and Instagram at SheWhoSpeaks with an underscore instead of spaces, and also on Snapchat at Kimberly.Nicole with a K, not a C. I'll see you guys in the next video, and thanks for watching. Bye!